Hello, everyone.
Hello, Grandmaster.
The Buddha Bathing Festival is coming soon. Over 2,600 years ago, our great Buddha, Shakyamuni, was born. In his youth, he received an inspiration of enlightenment. He then retreated deep into the mountains to practice. After 7 or 8 years, he attained enlightenment. He gained great wisdom and heavenly vision. With compassion and insight, he helped sentient beings escape suffering and find happiness. This is what we celebrate. Earlier, we saw some commercials. Our Vancouver Center will hold a Buddha Bathing Festival event tomorrow. It's a celebration. It'll be fun. Our centers worldwide are celebrating. For example, in Malaysia, our Baoling Center in PJ. All our centers are holding Buddha bathing events, celebrating the Buddha's birthday with blessings and compassion. This is a great chance to enlighten your children. If parents could find ways to bring their children to join the event, everyone, young and old, will receive blessings and good fortune. It helps our children follow the right path, gain great wisdom. And avoid the wrong paths. That's already very good. We hear many parents seeking help. Some feel that their kids are struggling to succeed, finding it hard to become capable people. Often, parents are to blame. During growth, many parents don't really know how to be good parents or guide their kids. Many parents lack confidence. They blame their poor education for their failure to guide their children. Maybe they're insecure. They don't want to look outdated or old-fashioned. But that's not true. Regardless of culture or education, our child can set goals, grow, strive, and live well. This is true in both the East and West. If the child chooses the right path early, they will become successful in the future. They'll gain honor, success in career, a smooth marriage, and lots of descendants. That's what everyone in the world seeks. If these basic hopes are missing, then imagine what will happen to the family and children. It's hard to say. So, we welcome everyone to bring their children to bathe the Buddha and make offerings. This is truly very auspicious. Some illnesses or issues might vanish instantly after the Buddha bathing ceremony. It's genuinely possible. Everyone is welcome to quickly contact your local center. Join the Buddha bathing ceremony and bring blessings home. Today, we take this auspicious moment of the Buddha's birth to share some stories of the Buddha with you. I'm sure we will all find inspiration. Who will start? Jiwaishan?
All right, Grandmaster, I'll go first. While listening to our stories, feel free to leave comments or ask questions. We can discuss them later. Let me share a story from Buddha's time in ancient India. It's about a poor child. In the ancient Rajgir city, there was a merchant's son. The merchant traded by sea, but sadly perished at sea. His wife and son were left behind living in extreme poverty. Everyone called the boy the poor child. One day, the poor boy went with friends to the Bamboo Grove monastery where Buddha stayed. They played near the entrance, under the porch. There were many paintings showing heavens, human realms, hells, ghosts, and animal realms. Yes, various shapes and forms. The poor boy found them fascinating. Then, a monk appeared. He explained the paintings to the boy in detail. From the monk's words, the boy understood a truth. No matter who you are, if you cannot transcend birth and death through practice, then life after life, you will remain trapped in the realms of gods, hell, ghosts, and animals. In the cycle of rebirth, beings are born into different realms. The poor boy saw the hells in the painting, where ghosts and animals suffer greatly. He himself was born human. His current life was full of poverty. Only heavenly beings are truly happy and live carefree. There, he became inspired, and told the monk, "I want to go to heaven too. How can I be reborn there?" The monk said to the boy, "You must become a monk, take vows, and keep them strictly. If you practice diligently, you can transcend life and death, reaching true enlightenment." The poor boy thought and said, "I can't, I need to care for my mother. I cannot become a monk. Besides becoming a monk, is there any way I can ascend to heaven?" The monk said, "Stay at home. Become a Buddhist disciple, and observe the 5 precepts." "What are the 5 precepts?" The monk replied, "Do not kill, steal, commit sexual misconduct, lie, or drink alcohol." The boy thought, "This is hard. I don't think I can fully follow these rules. Is there any other way I can ascend to heaven?" The monk, wanting to help the boy, thought to himself, "All right, I'll guide him with the simplest method. If you sincerely offer gifts to the Buddha and the monks here, you can gain merits, and it can lead you to enlightenment. How much does it cost?" Though the child was poor, he thought this method was worth trying. The monk said, "Our Bamboo Grove monastery has many monks, hundreds of them. Preparing one meal for all would cost, I estimate, 500 coins. The poor child said, "Okay, I'll do it." 500 coins was an astronomical sum to him. He was poor and barely getting 3 meals a day. Where would he find 500 coins? But he was confident and agreed immediately. After returning home, he told his mother, "I'll start working tomorrow. I'll find labor at wealthy homes, and work hard until I earn 500 coins. Then I'll offer them to the monks." Day after day, he went to the street daily to find work. But no one hired him due to his age. Each day he returned home disappointed. Until one day he saw a wealthy family building a house. They needed many workers, so he approached them. But the rich man refused him, saying, "Go away, kid. What can you do?" The poor boy begged, "Please, let me try just one day. If you're happy, pay me. If not, don't pay me, then I won't return tomorrow." The rich man saw how sincere the boy was, and gave the boy a chance. After the first day, the boy surprised the rich man greatly. He was not only skilled but worked faster and better than others. He also told stories and jokes at work. His presence made others more productive. At day's end, the workers made much faster progress. Productivity more than doubled. And everyone was happy and not tired. The rich man was very pleased. He kindly said to the poor boy, "Good child, you did well. Come again tomorrow. Keep working until this house is done. Otherwise, no pay for you. Your wages will be counted at the end." This was exactly what the poor boy wanted. So, he came daily to help build the house. After many days, the house was finished. When wages were counted, he got 450 coins. But he was still 50 coins short of 500. The poor boy looked at his 450 coins and cried. Because he wanted more than that. Where could he earn this extra 50 coins? The rich man didn't understand. The rich man said, "Child, I haven't wronged you. I've paid every coin you earned, no less. Isn't 450 coins enough?" The child said, "No. You are the kindest rich man. You never mistreated me. But I'm saving for the Buddha and the monks at the Bamboo Grove Monastery. I've worked so long and still need 50 more coins. What can I do?" After the poor boy shared his wish, the rich man was deeply moved. The wealthy man thought although he's rich, he never thought of donating to the monks. Yet, this poor boy worked hard and spent all his savings to support the monks. The rich man kindly said, "Don't cry, child. I will give you the rest to reach 500 coins. What great news!" Still, the poor boy felt uneasy. He knew the extra coins weren't earned, but given. Could he still ascend to heaven? So he asked a monk again. The monk said, "You will, because your original sincere wish has already determined your fate." The boy told his mother, and she was very happy. But she quickly became worried that their place was too small and poor to receive the monks. There were hundreds of monks. There would be no place to sit or stand. Also, they had no pots, bowls, basins, or cutlery to serve food to the monks. The poor boy then remembered the rich man, his former employer. His large new house can be used to house the monks. If the Buddha visited, his new home would be blessed, too. So, he spoke to the rich man. The rich man thought, what great fortune! He gladly agreed to the boy's request. He offered his new house for the Buddha's meal offering. The day before the offering, the boy, at the Bamboo Grove Monastery, with deep sincerity and respect, bowed to the Buddha. He humbly asked the Buddha, requesting him to lead the monks to receive the offerings he prepared for everyone at the rich man's home. Then, the Buddha smiled silently and agreed. Early next morning, the boy and his mother, along with the rich household, were busy all over the house. Everyone in the rich man's house was busy fetching water, chopping wood, stoking fire, washing vegetables, and cooking. Some were busy setting up tables and arranging plates. Others decorated, laid paths, and sprinkled water. All were preparing to welcome the Buddha and the monks. Once everything was ready, the boy went to the Bamboo Grove Monastery and invited the Buddha and monks. Led by the boy, the Buddha and his solemn monks slowly walked to the generous man's home to be served. The Buddha praised the poor boy and the wealthy man for his generosity. The wealthy man was especially joyful. Everyone was very happy. At mealtime, a miracle appeared. The boy was refilling the monk's bowls again and again. But the food in the buckets never hit the bottom. Until all the monks were full. The food prepared remained as abundant as before. After the meal, the Buddha gave teachings to the poor boy and the wealthy family. Then he returned with his disciples to the Bamboo Grove Monastery. Seeing that many leftovers, the poor boy was at a loss again. He began to doubt, is it because my bad karma is too heavy, that nobody cared to finish the food I prepared? He worried he might not ascend to heaven. He was anxious. But the miracle happened for a reason. That day, 500 merchants came from afar to the city of Rajgir. However, the city had a celebration event that day. So shops selling food were closed. The 500 merchants searched the city but found no food. They heard the poor boy had offered food to Buddha and monks. And there was a lot of leftover food. They asked the poor boy, "Why not sell us the food? We'll pay you." The boy offered the food to the merchants and refused their money. They were happy, and after eating, asked the boy many questions. Where he lived and about his deceased father. It turns out that the poor boy was the child the head of the merchant entourage had been searching for. The boy's father had left a large inheritance, entrusted to the leader of the merchants, to be given to his own son. Besides the large inheritance, the merchant leader also led the others to offer a treasure to the boy for his kindness. In moments, before the poor boy, they piled a mountain of treasures. Within half a day, he became the richest man in the city. At that time, the city's elder had just passed away. The poor boy was then chosen by all the citizens as the new elder. The boy's fame steadily grew. His wealth and deeds also caught the king's attention. The king admired him and invited him to become a minister. When he grew up, the wealthy man, the boy's former employer, gave his daughter to him as his wife. From then on, the poor boy's blessings grew day by day, and wealth flowed endlessly. Treasures in his house would naturally appear. He lost count of his wealth because he was so adept at creating blessings and fortune. People stopped calling him the poor boy, and instead named him Sadhana Kumara, the elder of auspicious birth. This story is written in some Buddhist scriptures. Later, he became a follower of Buddha and took the 5 precepts. He became a famous lay protector in the Buddha's era. This is quite an interesting story.
What an auspicious story. What was worrying the boy? He feared constant suffering and going to hell after death. He saw how lovely heaven was in the paintings.
Yes.
He wondered how to reach heaven. This was the child's heartfelt hope.
Yes.
Very interesting. Shyanka, what do you think?
Despite his young age, he saw the paintings of heaven and hell, and longed to go to heaven. He was fated to go to heaven.
Yes, he had that aptitude of kindness. His friends that went with him may not be inspired like him. To want to reach heaven after seeing those paintings. Some just glanced and left.
It's truly fate.
But he felt a deep yearning.
It wasn't a passing thought. He sought ways and paths to act.
He asked monks, "How can I do this?" The monks told him the simplest way is to make offerings. At first, he said no, because he had to care for his mother.
Right.
So he honestly couldn't do it. The monk then suggested an offering. How much? 500 coins. For him, it was an astronomical amount.
Yes. He was so poor. Penniless. That was overwhelming for him. Still, he believed that with hard work, it could be done.
So, he said yes, and vowed to earn the coins. So determined.
How hard can a child work? Unlike now, back then, there was no law restricting child labor. In many countries, you can only work when you're 18. So, the boy couldn't get a job. People thought he was unskilled and weak.
Yes.
He was rejected because people thought he wouldn't bring anything. Later, he saw a wealthy benefactor building a house. He offered himself and said he wouldn't ask for money if he's not good enough. The rich man was kind-hearted, so he let him try. The boy did well.
And he told stories too.
His stories made the workers happy. When you're happy, you don't feel tired.
Your productivity will increase.
So, nobody slacked off, and everyone liked him. He was always a hard-working person.
Yes.
Very capable. His boss and co-workers liked him. Finally, he saved up 450 coins. He was paid that much. He was just 50 coins short.
Yes, he cried.
He was still 10% short. He was crying and upset. The boss then asked him why. Then the boy explained. He wanted to make offerings to the monks at the Bamboo Grove Monastery.
His boss was moved.
Yes. He was willing to make it up to 500 coins. The rich man indirectly helped liberate people.
The kind boy was fated to find a kind boss.
When your sincerity is genuine, you inspire others. You influence others. That's how it is.
Of course, the rich man was born with some wisdom, too. He decided to join the boy's quest to make offerings to the monks. He provided the money.
The boy's kindness had inspired the rich man. Though rich, he had never donated to the Buddhas before.
He never thought about it.
He was moved to do so by the boy. From then on, he might start making offerings.
Yes, he took the first step to do good deeds.
By doing good, you could inspire others to do good, too. That's impressive. But usually, we don't realize that doing a good deed can also inspire others. The boy didn't see it coming.
He didn't plan it. All he did was cry.
All right, so he got his money.
Then another problem arose.
He got his money, but his small house couldn't fit over 500 people.
It was too small.
Right. Then he thought of the rich man's newly built house. It's new, so it must be clean. With the Buddha's visit, the new house would be blessed. The rich man agreed.
He said yes.
He felt it'd be auspicious. This is something money can't buy. This rich man was quite enlightened after all.
He was quite blessed. His whole family, including all servants, joined together to serve the Buddha and the monks. You make merits by cooking for and serving the monks. That indirectly helped people.
That day, a miracle happened. While offering food to the monks, the pots were never emptied. Everyone was full, but the food would never run out.
So, in the end, there was a lot left over. Because nothing lessened.
What a miracle.
Right.
The boy was worried. If no one finished the food, does that mean his good deed was incomplete? Would he reach heaven?
This shows his sincerity.
He was really afraid of failing.
Yes. What kind of people get blessed with money or food that will never run out?
The very blessed ones.
At least, the truly fortunate ones. People work hard just to eat 3 meals a day. If dieting, at least 2 meals. So, eating is part of life every day. Throughout life, we can't live without food and drink. Nothing is more important. So, if someone is truly blessed, their rice and grains would never run out or be finished. I've heard some practitioners, especially the blessed ones, have experienced this. For example, when we were kids with our master, we served tea to others. You know, it was butter tea or milk tea. A kettle for pouring tea could usually fill about 10 small bowls. Yes, 10 bowls at most, and the kettle would be empty. But I tried once filling up 50 to 60 bowls. And the kettle still had tea inside. Sometimes, miracles occur. They may just happen then. Science can't explain some miracles. This boy experienced a miracle.
With food piling up, he became worried. There's a reason for this miracle. The leftover food was meant for the mentioned 500 merchants, with nothing to eat. So fate connected them. And the rice fed all 500 people.
Good karma.
Yes.
Later, the leader found him. The leader was looking for the son of his deceased friend.
Yes.
To give the boy his father's great inheritance.
Yes.
When kindness and compassion meet, they bring great blessings. The father gave a major inheritance to his child. The merchants, grateful to this child, gave him treasures. He quickly became the richest in town. Let's count. 500 coins and 500 merchants.
500 gifts.
Interesting, right?
Yes, plus a huge inheritance. Good things kept coming. Later, the king and townspeople elected him as the first elder. What is an elder?
An elder is like a chieftain, an elected tribal leader. Back then, there was a vague idea of what a city is. In ancient India, people in each area chose a chief. Without a leader, when important issues arise, or guidance is needed, nobody obeys anyone. Living together turns chaotic. So naturally, smaller groups become larger and settle in one place. When many gather, it becomes a city. Back then, there was no concept of a mayor. They had a chief or tribal leader. They would elect someone who was honest, smart, wealthy, and generous. They found such person in that boy. Right.
He gained great respect, and everyone obeyed him.
This elder wasn't necessarily old. It just meant he had the right to speak. For example, reporting to the emperor, representing the people of the area, or issuing an executive order. Yes,
First, he became the city's elder. Then the emperor heard about him. He appointed him as a minister.
he must have had strong leadership skills. Elon Musk is capable, right? The president said, "Come, be my officer. Help me with something."
Assist in governing the country. Later, when he grew up, he married the rich man's daughter.
That was a minor matter. That's what the rich men wanted. A filial, smart, and capable son-in-law. This young man was loved by everyone.
He's exceptionally wealthy and respected. His family generated endless wealth.
This is true wealth and honor. Earlier, a cultivator mentioned the number 500. There's a deep meaning in this. There are 500 wealthy merchants involved. A huge fortune of wealth is waiting for him. I see this as a reward in this lifetime. Right? Karma is not just about past lives. This boy was blessed in his present lifetime. This is impressive. I'm sure many would agree. It's a blessing most desire. I hope that by doing a good deed now, I will immediately receive a positive result.
It sounds like a coincidence, but it's real. For example, those merchants. Their leader came to the city looking for him. They didn't know where he lived, so it was hard to find him. They're looking for the son of an old friend. They had a meal together. Then, after chatting and asking around, they quickly found him. Otherwise, they might never have found him. The inheritance could have taken forever. So by sowing good causes, you naturally reap good results.
All his later blessings came from that beginning. The monk told him, "You must offer 500 coins." He agreed immediately, even though he had little money then. I found that quite rare. All his later benefits come from that one kind thought at the time.
This is one of the most beloved stories. About a kid who was dirt poor dreaming of earning money. The poorer you are, the richer you wish to be. First, to satisfy hunger and stay alive. But in a short amount of time, he became the richest person around. This is actually nearly every boy's dream. But he made this dream come true. What joy!
Earlier, Master, you mentioned the miracle of food not running out. Only blessed people experience this, right? Only people of great fortune have such things. But the child didn't realize it. At that time, he was still so poor. He didn't know he would one day be very wealthy and honored.
Yes,
So he worried and asked, "Is it because I lack merit or have too much karma?" I would like to ask about these miracles. How do they appear?
What conditions are needed?
They don't show up with the rich. They show in the lives of poor children. The boy was fated to be rich, but he wasn't aware of it. Is it because of good deeds from past lives that lead to great wealth in this life? Or maybe he brought it with him this lifetime. What I mean is, he was originally a poor kid. So how did he become so wealthy?
If we compare it with another story, this might help us understand. Imagine a poor young man today who starts working in a rich person's environment. Say, the rich man's phone fell into the sewer. And a poor boy helped him get it. There are kids who keep what they found. And sell them for food because they're poor. Honestly, I don't blame them. They'd be spared by heaven, too. Because they're that poor. I'm sure heaven would understand. But this poor kid, after retrieving this phone and watch, said, "Boss, you dropped these. I fished them out for you." Seeing this, people said, "This kid's got good character." They asked, "What's your name? Where do you work?" If the boy had no job, the rich man would probably offer him one. Then, they'd probably have a meal together. That's when the rich man will offer the poor boy a job. As a warehouse keeper, maybe. When a poor boy gets close to a rich man, there's a chance to turn things around. Then what? Let's fast forward to the scene where the boy protects his employer against some kidnappers. You know, rich businessmen attract kidnappers. The rich man would probably reward the boy with a tenth of his company's shares. The man's net worth is probably about $1 billion. I'm just making this up. When a poor person is around a rich man, there's a chance to turn things around. If you have good character, you might be able to overcome your poverty. They are supporting the Buddha when offering to esteemed monks. The immense virtue they hold is even greater. When you make an offering, giving 500 coins, you actually have 500 mountains of gold ready beside you, because they're supporting the Buddha and the monks.
Yes, the practitioners.
Exactly. Those 500 mountains of gold are for you to spend slowly. In truth, you have become very wealthy. When asked by the practitioner, he said, "Once you have this resolve, your ascension to heaven is assured. The ticket to heaven is already bought." That's the meaning. The boy was 50 coins short. But his place in heaven is assured, right? Buddhism is about aspiration, reverence, and sincerity. With these, you will be blessed. Simply put, you're offering to the spirits. If the spirit wants you to be wealthy, it's that easy. Just a thought in their mind, you'll have endless wealth. Gold and silver mountains that never run out. That's how it works.
Understood. Now, back to modern society. During the Buddha's time, the poor boy was fortunate. In his city, the Buddha's bamboo grove monastery stood nearby. That was a great blessing. They knew the Buddha and could see him in person. They could ask for his grace. Today, we don't have such a great being as the Buddha. But we have many temples and many ordained monks. There are many practitioners, both lay and ordained. So, when we support these great masters and their meditation centers, is this merit equal to supporting the Buddha of that time?
Roughly, yes, as long as they are true practitioners, benefiting sentient beings. I believe the merit is equal.
Gratitude, Grandmaster. Great, so we have a chance now.
Yes.
Someone says the boy was blessed because he made offerings to the Buddha. It's actually the same now.
Offering to a true practitioner is like offering to the Buddha. This relates to becoming a Buddha later.
Excellent.
Those disciples before the Buddha have already become Buddhas. It's the same.
Also, a viewer asked earlier about the child. This offering has a clear purpose. The child wants to ascend to heaven. Is this considered a desire or expectation? If there is a desire, does the merit from the offering lessen?
No.
Then why?
It's human nature. He's a poor child. Without food, he might starve. So, a poor person wants to be rich, but he can't imagine wealth. He saw a painting. It shows the animal realm, the realm of the poor, the realm of hungry ghosts, and the heavenly realm. In heaven, all is peaceful and good. I'm in the human realm, not the animal realm. Yet life in the human realm is still harsh. So he asked a high monk, "How can I reach the heavenly path?" He was told, "Become a monk." But he said, "No, I need to care for my mother." So, the condition was, you must offer support. Support means spending 500 coins. He worked hard to fulfill this. So it's not a luxury. It's a natural human need. A reasonable request.
Gratitude, Grandmaster. Maybe in the past, some practitioners said, I also offer support. I offer to Buddha, make light offerings, and more. They said they gave even more money than the poor child's 500 coins. So why are their specific wishes not fulfilled?
The contrast is clear. Here's an example. Say, an elderly lady, 66 years old. Let's say she has savings, a luxury villa without a mortgage, and $10 to $20 million saved. She can never spend all that money in a lifetime. But when she offers lights, she only spends a few hundred or thousand. Compared to her wealth, how much has she really spent? Now, this poor kid, how much does he have? He has none. No savings, not even extra food, and his father is dead. At this point, no wealth at all, right? It's zero-owned wealth. He started from nothing, from zero. He worked hard. He saved 500 coins. Now, you have 20 million saved, living in a big villa. Compared to him giving 500 coins, it's different. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, because it comes from your heart. That's sincerity and courage. The boy wasn't spending from his savings, but creating an extra 5 coins to support. Now, if you're a wealthy with 20 million saved, donating 1 or 2,000, your merits wouldn't be as much as the boy. Because you have much greater savings.
Yes, the sincerity differs.
Your intention is greatly discounted.
I see.
Ordinary people think like this, like buying stocks. I spend $2, hoping my stock will be worth $200 next year. Anyone buying stocks thinks this way, right?
Yes.
But when offering incense, before Buddha or Bodhisattvas, 3 sticks of incense cost very little. At most 10 cents, right?
Yes.
But when I succeed, my son gets into Harvard, my husband earns an extra 20 million, I buy the best house. Look how little you spent on offerings. Spending 10 cents, hoping for millions in return. Even gains exceeding 10 million. The difference in their fortune is huge. Compared to the poor child, their merits differ greatly.
Gratitude, Grandmaster. I have another question. Many parents are listening today. Who wouldn't want their children to grow up rich and successful? In this story, the poor child had great wisdom and deep Buddhist affinity. I'd like to ask on behalf of parents, how can we cultivate such good roots in our children? How can we nurture this virtue? Please advise, Grandmaster. How do we develop this goodness in our own children? Can we grow the aptitude of kindness? Or is it innate from birth?
The Buddha teaches us this truth. This is all applied in different religious traditions. Some treat the principles taught by the Buddha as belonging to a particular religious sect, classifying them that way, or labeling them as a religion. But what is the Buddha's teaching really? It's a fair and natural path, a natural science and philosophy. He says, for example, you become smart because you studied hard. If your skill is good, you've mastered it by diligently learning from your master. You practice a craft and become proficient. For example, apprenticing with an old carpenter, studying for 10 years. Their furniture is very beautiful. You will also make beautiful furniture. This is quite understandable. You learned it through hard work. Buddha teaches everyone this truth. Now, about being wealthy. Do all wealthy people share a common trait? First, from childhood, parents provide proper guidance on life views and values. For example, someone idle and careless, wasting parents' money recklessly. If raised poorly, the child becomes worthless. Do parents have experience in parenting? To raise children well, one must do good deeds with them. Take children to worship together, join volunteering, and serve the temples. Recite sutras and prayers with the children for blessings and merit. Children usually dislike these acts, thinking they are for the elderly. Many parents say, if you won't go, that's fine, we'll go without you. So parents just do merits on behalf of their kids. This is only the beginning. It's best to involve children directly. That is the principle taught here. From a Buddhist perspective, it's simple to grasp and easy to understand. Your wealth and success come from a gradual process of learning and growth. In time, you will become more wise by cultivating wisdom, more skilled by refining your craft, and eventually able to earn and support your family. It's not about instant success, nor about rushing in. When disaster strikes, pretending last minute to be devout, lighting incense won't suddenly end great calamities. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas do wish to help, saving you whenever disaster hits. But fundamentally, I believe that true achievement comes from slowly cultivating merit, learning, and becoming a kind person. In the future, if you practice kindness, a meaningful career will naturally unfold, waiting for you to pursue. This leads to a fulfilling life. Right. I hope you get what I mean.
It's about cultivation. Especially for parents, who should guide their children to do good deeds and accumulate merit. This way, children are positively influenced and naturally learn to do good. This aligns with the fundamental teachings of Buddhism.
Today, many parents just follow trends, having their kids try many things, but for children, this may not hold much meaning. After school, especially for Asian kids, parents think of sports classes, choosing this ball or that ball. Or talent classes. Dance or singing.
Or instruments.
Yes, everyone plays piano. I think learning piano is the least meaningful. You can't play always. Can you carry a piano around? Following trends can be misguided. Sometimes showing off talents to prove oneself is not always good. It's better to guide children on the right path. Take them to chant Buddha's name or volunteer together. Spend a day picking up plastic bottles for recycling. These actions are far more meaningful. In crucial moments, talents won't save you. Character will.
Parents must lead by example. Teach with both words and actions. Lead by example.
Many parents end up ruining their children. They focus on making kids more capable, like developing skills, but they neglect personal character. Parents don't realize that just knowledge and talent. Basic skills guarantee you food on the table. But many times, in great disasters or great merits, it is character that prevails. To help children achieve more, cultivate good character. This outweighs career skills by far. Character is the most valuable trait.
The story of the poor boy perfectly illustrates this truth. It inspires not only children, but also us parents. We should learn from this poor boy to give sincerely, without expecting anything in return. And we must bring our children along to do it together.
A viewer commented during our live stream that many Malaysian parents regularly take their kids to temples. When there, they give the children money to drop into donation boxes. Over time, this becomes a habit. Each visit, the kids make a small heartfelt offering. This gradually cultivates the good habit of giving merits. This builds blessings for their future.
At our Bodhi centers worldwide, many parents are incredibly wise. Wise parents bring their children to do good deeds together, especially during the Buddha bathing festival. They bathe the Buddha with their kids. This is especially meaningful and crucial. It helps many seemingly lost children to excel in the future, get into their desired university, and study their preferred fields. We have this atmosphere here, which is great.
Our organization has many such children.
Yes,
Many parents bring their kids to do good. Let them build affinity with Buddha, making their futures especially bright.
In our last live stream, I shared a testimonial about a child with childhood depression, who was unmotivated in studies and rarely went out. The mother was at a loss with him. She kept offering lights and praying. One day, he finally opened up and wanted to learn. Later, he achieved excellent grades.
to emphasize further, if they come to the meditation center, like the youth camps we held before, not all experiences are the same. Some kids have been rejected by schools. They've been expelled. Some, after 1 or 2 terms, not only did return to school, but also get into well-known universities. Unexpected, truly unexpected.
Parents had lost all hope. No cure seemed possible. Then they sent the child to Grandmaster and pleaded, "Oh please, help educate him." And then, a complete transformation happened. The parents never expected it. We were all very pleased.
Kids that have come to us progress quickly.
Yes, truly unexpected. With blessings, they could achieve what their parents couldn't. Yes, under Grandmaster's guidance, a great practitioner, they suddenly had a breakthrough. It was amazing. Just like the miracle in the story.
I remember a few years ago when we held that youth camp in Malaysia.
Kids addicted to games.
Many kids face this issue. Parents were worried. There was one case in Singapore. Two brothers, I think. One, not sure if older or younger, had really poor grades. Teachers thought he's a disgrace. He embarrassed the whole class. They said they'd never get promoted if he stayed. Teachers felt ashamed. He was slow. After attending a youth camp,
How many A's did he get?
yes, several A's after 3 months. He was at the top of the class. His brother was puzzled. Said, "Is this real? Really?" Yes, it was true. He really had a breakthrough. It's not about us being great. We just guided and taught him. He had a breakthrough. After that, he became a good kid. Deep down, he was good. But what if he never changed? He was already kicked out by the school, causing his parents a lot of worry. They had lost all hope.
But now he's graduated from university and succeeded.
Very impressive.
Good.
Look at the kids from our early youth camps. Today, many are artists, doctors, lawyers,
Business founders.
architects.
And IT professionals.
Many have become outstanding talents. We feel a bit of pride. Truly inspired.
It's like witnessing a miracle from the divine.
Grandmaster has helped so many children.
So my earlier point was, it's a process of learning and transformation. Without this lesson, they wouldn't understand. When they hear it, they suddenly realize. Awaken immediately, as if enlightened.
Let me add, the power of this education comes from somewhere. Its influence and impact are unique. Parents are educating, and teachers are educating him as well. So why hasn't he succeeded yet? Why is he still failing? But he accepted this spiritual practitioner. Once the divine power of the Buddha reaches him, everything changes. It's very different from ordinary education.
Maybe. We teach wholeheartedly, combined with the blessings of Buddha and Bodhisattvas. Everyone quickly transforms, which is wonderful.
This year, in July, we also have a Bodhi Meditation Youth Camp. The registration announcements have already gone out. And the response is very enthusiastic. Honestly, I hesitated to mention this, worrying about too many people joining.
That's enough. Let's continue.
All right. Let's tell another story. It's about one of Buddha's closest disciples. This story concerns him. Venerable Moggallana, a prominent disciple of Buddha. He was the foremost disciple in supernatural powers. As for Venerable Moggallana, he actually had a brother. This brother was a wealthy tycoon, known in the Kalagaraya kingdom as an extremely rich man. He owned immense wealth rivaling a nation. But this brother had a serious flaw. He was a tight-fisted miser. Extremely stingy. He thought, I earned this money with difficulty, so I must guard my wealth carefully. He refused to help others in need. He liked to say he had a warehouse. There were no banks back then. He stored all his wealth, including gold, silver, and jewels, in that warehouse. Every day, he watched his money grow. It made him feel secure and happy. Moggallana, the elder disciple, had already learned from the Buddha. He knew about his brother's situation. One day, Moggallana went to see his brother, and he saw him guarding a warehouse full of gold and silver treasures. Moggallana gave his brother some advice. saying, "Brother, you work hard to earn money every day. But know this, the more money and fame you have, the greater your risk become." His brother was puzzled by this. "How can having more money increase my risk?" Modigliani replied, "You don't realize, with so much money, everyone in town knows you are a wealthy man. Thieves and robbers will surely target your money, putting your life in danger. Besides that, corrupt officials may frame you with false charges. Additionally, having too much wealth brings great risk and threats. You must be cautious of those who covet your fortune. Then you lose both your wealth and people. Also, there's another risk. Don't assume your warehouse is secure. If a flood or fire happens, everything inside can be destroyed. You'd lose both your wealth and people again. There's yet another danger. Many wealthy families end up with ungrateful descendants. Because they're born into wealth, they don't need to work hard. This leads to spoiled heirs who don't understand how hard it is to earn money. So you form bad habits like greed and laziness, and buy luxury items every day, spending wildly, gambling, and drinking. Eventually, you waste all your money. But the most important thing is, you worked so hard to earn all that money and saved so much. Now, you're almost middle-aged. We all face death inevitably. When you die, you can't take any money with you. Only the sins caused by greed and stinginess will follow you. They cling to you tightly, causing great suffering after death. You'll regret it too late. So, brother, I advise you, while you're still alive, do more good deeds and give generously. Cultivate merits for your future. If you heed my advice now, your future blessings will be immeasurable." Thus, the brother listened to Modigliani. It was his elder brother's advice, and he also knew that Modigliani learned well from the Buddha. He respected his brother, so he said, "Okay, I trust you. I will start giving alms. Whenever I meet poor people, I'll give them money. For those who don't have food to eat, I'll buy food and give it to them. And for monks, I'll offer alms as well." Day after day, he slowly used all the money from his warehouse to do good deeds. But he also did something else. As Modigliani told him, if he gave alms, he would gain boundless blessings. He kept this in mind. While giving alms, he had his workers build a large, empty warehouse on the other side of town. He said to wait until all the wealth in the original warehouse is given away. Then, the boundless blessings my brother promised me would go into another warehouse of mine. That's what the younger brother thought. So he slowly gave day after day. In less than a year, he had donated all the treasures in his warehouse. Nothing was left. Then he thought, I've made such great offerings, such vast donations. Now I'll check my other warehouse. How much merit has it accumulated? What precious treasures are waiting for me? He rushed to the new warehouse to check his fortune. When he opened the door, the inside was empty. The younger brother was very disappointed and angry. He thought his older brother was lying. Hadn't he said that giving away wealth would bring more fortune? Fuming, he left, unable to eat or sleep. Meanwhile, his older brother, the monk Modigliani, was meditating. He sensed his brother's deep distress. Then Modigliani ran to where his brother lived to comfort him. Maud Galiana told his brother. The great almsgiving you just did has gained immeasurable merit. If merit had form, not even the vast space could hold it. Unfortunately, you can't see it with your eyes. But I have divine powers, I'll take you to see a place showing a small part of your merit. After speaking, he held his brother and flew steadily upward by divine power. In a blink, they reached the realm of desire. Once there, they saw before them a magnificent new palace. The palace was filled with gold, silver, jewels, and delicious food. Everything one could want. It was worth many times more than all the brothers' wealth. There were also many stunningly beautiful women. The brother was thrilled and asked, "Brother, what is this wonderful place? Who lives in such a magnificent palace? I've never seen such a grand building. And there are so many beautiful women here." Maud Galiana said, "Go ask one of the women what place this is." So the brother went over to ask a lady, "Who lives here?" She smiled and said, "Don't you know? We are waiting for the monk Maud Galiana's brother. Because he generously gave and helped the poor, his good deeds earned him this reward. After death, he will become a heavenly king here." Hearing this, Maud Galiana's brother realized how great the merit of giving is. He returned to the human world and continued to follow his brother's guidance to do good deeds. He became more enthusiastic about giving. That's where the story ends.
I think this story from ancient India, from the Buddha's time, still feels very relatable today. Yes, I feel now we have many people like Maud Galiana's brother around us. He wasn't a practitioner and didn't understand at first. But after he got the guidance, he thought, great, I have root of kindness, so I'll do good deeds. Because his brother told him, if you do good deeds and help the poor, you will gain immeasurable blessings. But he understood it differently. As a merchant, he was used to storing gold and treasures. So he thought these blessings
were more gold and treasures.
Thus, he built a bigger warehouse to store these so-called blessings. They thought more treasures would just fall from the sky. Right. I find this very down to earth.
It's a businessman's investment mindset. Doing this merit is like buying stocks today, or buying Bitcoin that works instantly. Then when you build more warehouses, treasures come in. Because it's a business mindset, called investment or speculation psychology. It's well expressed.
His understanding is quite narrow. Probably due to his life experience. He only thinks of tangible jewels and wealth, and doesn't consider auspicious blessings.
He's just a businessman. Invest 1, earn 100. That's the idea.
So I think this story is worth analyzing. Actually, as his brother said, these intangible blessings are true wealth. We simply can't see them. His brother took him to a heavenly palace, saying he would be a divine king after death. The heavenly palace was far more beautiful than any warehouse he built, surrounded by countless beauties, more stunning than anyone he'd ever seen. Yes, these are blessings invisible to him. But in real life, there are many blessings our eyes cannot see. I think it's important to share this with everyone.
For ordinary people, blessings mean all things good. A happy life, or a more fulfilling one. Let me break it down a bit. First, having money. If you're a young man and have money, what happens? You marry a beautiful woman, right? A beautiful wife. Then, she can bear children. Next comes the house and car, all wealth. Buying a good house, a nice car, and dressing in fine clothes. That's what comes to mind. Look, you have a wife, house, kids, car, all of it. What else do you need?
Safety and peace of mind. That's essential.
Let's talk about the worst case. As opposed to what we want.
What don't we want?
All right, you invested a lot and instantly earned millions. Now you have a beautiful wife, a good house, and nice car. Even kids are born. Let's look at the downside. 5 years later, say, rich man dies in a car crash. But at least he enjoyed many benefits while alive. Now, if he could negotiate with the Jade Emperor and Buddha, he would say, I did many good deeds, right? Would you regret dying?
He would say yes.
My kids are still young. I love and want to care for them. My wife is young and beautiful, and I still love her. What do you want? Do you want to live longer?
Yes, I want more happiness.
So after the crash and nightmare, the Buddha said, go back and live well. He came back to life, but was told his wealth might decrease. Is that okay? He agreed, saying he'd rather live with less money. That was his firm choice. So, he didn't continue spending money. What happens next? Say you have a boy and a girl, and they fall seriously ill and can't go to school. They lose appetite and can't have any food. He doesn't understand. He has money and has sought top doctors worldwide. But it's useless. No one can cure them. At this point, does he have hope?
Yes.
What is it?
He wishes his child to be well in every way.
He hopes the child is healthy and wise. If it's health and wisdom, at least half your money must go to it. You support it, and the money's gone. Your 10 million now reduces to 5 million. Is that okay? You pay this cost. As a parent, would you still consider this a worthwhile deal?
Yes.
It's worth it. I spent 5 million, consider it medical fees. The child regained health. But children have many issues. Now the older child is doing drugs.
It's so worrying.
Doctors everywhere are useless. Yes, the psychologists can't help. This isn't something a psychologist can fix. He could only pray. It's useless. No one can help, not even doctors. What else can they do? Again, praying to Buddha. Buddha says this isn't a huge disaster. But how much money will it cost? Would you trade all your wealth for it? Juezhen, what do you think? You'd trade it just to ease him a bit. Maybe not make him quit entirely. What if I give 80% of my wealth? Would you negotiate?
No amount of money is worth a child's precious life.
Exactly.
Exactly.
If they do drugs,
They're truly ruined.
you're just supporting a living dead man. Drug doers die anytime.
And they'll destroy the family.
Drug users are like gamblers in many ways. Gamblers borrow all the money, even from friends and classmates. In the end, they lose family and friends, yet they can't change their ways. Drug addiction is even worse.
As long as there's hope, you never lose everything. If both father and son remain healthy, they can earn money again and rebuild.
All right, once more, he said, Buddha, please give us a way out. Will you donate 90% of your money to support our temple? Is that possible? This is a way out. If your promise is true, he won't want drugs the next day. Sounds good, right?
Yes.
With a healthy body,
We can earn money.
we can work and make a living. Even if money is gone, the family gains health, peace, and happiness. Is it worth it?
Definitely. But health, peace, happiness, and longevity aren't visible. Like treasures piled in a warehouse. They're not tangible. They aren't physical wealth you can store up.
So, historically, us Chinese, when we came to Singapore, there's a building called Fortune, Prosperity, Longevity. You've heard the name, right? Fortune, Prosperity, Longevity. Let's analyze it. It's a broad, condensed concept. Life's blessings distilled. First, fortune, Fu. The lower half of Fu is the character, Tian, for field. Like farmland, it means property, wealth. This means plenty of fortune at home. You have no shortage of money to spend. Those not lacking money are truly blessed. But even if you have money, you don't have children. Your wife can't bear any. So, at least in this Fu, only the field remains. The clothing, character. On left side, the heir disappears.
The character has a mouth on top, but no one is eating.
Next, no mouth remains at all. For example, if only you were left in the family, one person, 1 acre of land, can you still call that fortune? It's not really fortune. The character needs rewriting. It's no longer fortune when the whole family's gone. If you have money but kids go astray, is that fortune?
No, it isn't.
See? Just having money and calling that fortune is wrong. True fortune is a sense of happiness. This means having money and a harmonious marriage. A wife bears children, many of them, both boys and girls. The children are healthy, smart, wise, and successful. But there's one thing, elders control their own behavior. It's manageable, especially if you study Buddhism and Taoism. You can control your own actions, but when raising your child, they meet new things and can easily go astray. Any child can turn bad in just a day. It happens quickly.
Many noble families end up with wayward kids.
Countless ones.
Yes. Even the father can't control them.
That's why every billionaire faces this issue. What was that name? Rockefeller. Mr. Rockefeller. Just look him up online. He wrote over 100 letters to his children. He advised them on how to live properly. Life is tough. Live hard, work hard, and think smart. Be frugal and maintain good family values. One letter really stood out to me. He said he was someone that others were angry at and looked down on. The spoiled second and third generation rich. That's what they called them. Grandfathers and fathers worked desperately to earn money because they were very poor. Many fathers were alcoholics or had already died. No one cared for the children, so when they had a chance, they worked hard to make money. Making money wasn't wrong, that's how they got rich. But when the sons or grandsons took over, they was told this. Once, he went on a business trip to Los Angeles. Someone introduced him to a local millionaire. Who got 100 million from his father. And left with only 1 million. He was warned never to work with that millionaire. His bad luck wasn't over yet. The rich don't earn money from people like him. They say he's just a loser. He carried an aura of misfortune. Huge fortunes all drained away, turning into nothing. No one would work with him. He despised people like that most. Some say he's now very poor, begging for food. What happened? They say his grandfather used to be a millionaire. But he is begging on the street. He wouldn't give him a penny, letting him feel the pain of hunger.
Yes, he was wasteful.
So, this fortune, prosperity, and longevity. The character, fortune alone is hard to fully explain. So many people, the population remains, but the farmland is lost. Using this character, fortune, they lost that patch of farmland. Without that land, there's no support. The top, mouth, and a horizontal stroke are gone. Without wealth, families fall apart and people perish.
So you see, these are all forms of fortune. Many blessings are invisible to the eye. This is what Moggallana explained to his brother. The countless blessings one can receive, including all forms of fortune, prosperity, longevity, and health.
The ancients spoke of prosperity, lu, which means to secure lifelong jobs. In traditional face reading, they also said, by looking at a person's features, one can see if they have food and salary, fortune, or official rank blessings. Holding an official post means power. The government hires you as director, mayor, or governor. This is called holding an office. Official positions come with high salary and power. This leads to becoming wealthy and influential. The salary is a lucrative, golden ball. Even today, your grandfather or father started a profitable business. To put it modestly, say you open a restaurant. Say you make excellent xiaolongbao. Everyone loves it. It's tasty and cheap. At mealtimes, people line up to eat. You won't get rich, but you'll earn steadily. A few days ago, I saw a Canadian YouTuber who made a video interviewing a Chinese immigrant. He moved to an island near Vancouver and took over a small restaurant. He paid $100,000 to take over the business. The couple, with 2 kids, plus his elderly parents, run the restaurant together. They make $1.5 million in pure profit a year. There aren't many billionaires, but earning over $1 million a year. If you do that for 10 years, you become a multimillionaire. How many millionaires are there? Not many, right? So what do they do each day? They were top students in China. Back then, they worked in IT, coding, or helped companies go public. Now, they're frying dough sticks and noodles, making fried snacks, and stewing meat and vegetables. A family works hard all year, earning over $1 million Canadian dollars, which is very valuable.
That's great.
It's roughly equivalent to 1.2 million US dollars. A powerful annual income, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, if you do well and the kids take over. Do you think it's good?
Sure.
How much can you earn working outside? Even if you excel, you'll make at most around $100,000 a year. Here, the whole family earns together. Even the grandfather, over 80, still keeps earning, helping tidy up, washing dishes, still contributing to the family's income.
Very good.
Yes, so there's benefit in that. This is called prosperity of living. Those who master this are wealthy. Truly rich, never worrying about food or clothes. A genuinely comfortable middle-class home. They have a house and savings. They lack nothing at home. Yet they work happily and proudly. Someone asked the owner if he felt fulfilled. How about it? Will you keep going? Will you continue working? It's hard every day. He said, thinking it over, it's tough, but the happiness I feel erases my fatigue.
This is true blessing.
With this happiness, tiredness fades away.
Yes.
So I work till midnight. I get home at 12 and wake at 5 to prepare at the restaurant. He said he hasn't rested a day in 4 years. He earns money every day and feels happy. This is the prosperity of living. Having a stable income is not easy.
It's tough. Many people can't find jobs.
Let me tell you about this young entrepreneur. His father is a doctor who helped many people.
You see, he inherited good deeds and merit.
During an interview, the interviewer didn't mention merit. He said, "Your dad is a doctor who saves lives. You should be one too." He replied that he studied IT, computer science, but wanted to immigrate to Canada. Someone suggested investor immigration by running a small business. He felt the project was honest and straightforward. Being away from big cities was fine, as long as he could earn and support his family. Providing for his family made him happy. He didn't aim high, yet he earned well. This is called Lu prosperity.
It's both happiness and prosperity.
In Silicon Valley, a fellow practitioner's husband, over 50,
Is an IT man.
he lost his job. No one hires 50-year-old IT men. He's from the grandfather generation. Unwanted now. But after Buddha's blessing and offering light, he was hired by a big company for a good salary. This is called great income. He just manages people and can earn tens of thousands a year. Honestly, this surprised me. Many 38-year-olds are unemployed, especially in IT, where no one wants them. Most are over 50, nearing 60. He returned, then became an executive, earning 6 figures.
He got offers from several big companies. He chose the best one.
The very best. This was Buddha granting him great prosperity. So fortune and prosperity are guaranteed. Prosperity also means power. Only officials have power. Besides a gold bowl, secure job, big companies or the government pay you. Power brings wealth.
I remembered that poor kid earlier. He became the leading elder of the city. Later, he was a minister. His prosperity was impressive.
He had everything he wanted. Content and at ease. Becoming an elder was well-deserved. Fortune, prosperity, and then longevity. If I gave you money today, you'd be gone in 10 years. Or you could give up the money and live 50 more years. Which do you choose?
50 more years.
We would all choose to live 50 more years, right? True happiness means having money, well-behaved and filial children, and a harmonious marriage. A life without worry about food or clothing, free from major disasters, no jail, no accidents,
No wars.
always enough money for meals, plus longevity.
Yes.
But there is another way to longevity. Lying in bed unable to move, for so long that your bones show.
That's suffering, pure misery.
Some lie like that for 20 years, with high-level paralysis. No feeling below the chest. Urinary and bowel control lost forever. Imagine living a whole life like that.
That's pure suffering.
For 20 or 30 years. Some say they can afford help, someone to care for them. Others have no one. It's normal for siblings to make their own living. Who else will care for you? What happens when you lie in bed?
It's tragic.
Countless times you wish to die.
But you can't die.
So miserable. You don't even have the strength to hang yourself. You can't even die. Life is full of pain. So, fortune and prosperity. Longevity built upon fortune. Fortune brings prosperity and power. Blessings bring virtuous, filial children. This is very important.
As Grandmaster said, in old age no one needs to care for you. This shows the truth of fortune and longevity.
Yes, longevity here means auspicious longevity. Auspicious longevity means living healthily. Living to 100, still able to cook for yourself. Getting in and out of bed easily. Climbing stairs like a young person. This is true great fortune. We pursue fortune, prosperity, and longevity, the ultimate human ideal.
Yes, but it's not easy.
Right.
It's very hard.
Achieving this is difficult. That's why we must learn well.
So actually, this story about monk Madhyana and his brother is about this connection, things invisible to your eyes. Not just golden treasures in the warehouse. Peace, happiness, health, and longevity. Children, filial piety, and passing on the family legacy.
In Buddhism, Madhyana introduced this to his brother. This is the true path to longevity. It's supreme fortune and long life. If you live on earth, you want money to spend. Everything else should be good too. You might live to 100 years old. Living to 120 is very rare, right? By then you might not even walk well. Your mind won't be clear. But in the heavenly desire realms, lifespans are incredibly long. About 600 million years. No car accidents can kill you.
No accidents.
Without accidents, every day is filled with happiness. That is true fortune, blessings, and longevity. It describes a kind of life beyond our understanding, beyond ordinary life.
And beyond material world too. Moggallana was teaching his brother how to truly gain fortune, prosperity, and longevity. How to genuinely protect one's wealth. The way to survive and thrive.
After giving like this, what he received was far more than wealth. He gained great blessings, long life, and wisdom. All good things to come.
This is the core meaning of the story, which we must understand.
In human life, we want both long life and money. Couples should be harmonious and find good partners. Children should follow the right path. The future should bring career success and blessings passed down through generations. This is supreme fortune, prosperity, and longevity, understandable in human terms.
This is the blessing. It applies not only in this life but in future ones as well.
Yes, exactly.
Understood. Gratitude, Grandmaster. Great, we've clearly understood this story. The merit of offering is truly immense. Our viewers have also left comments. Jingjing shared her experience. She said her finances aren't good now. She hesitates to refuel when running errands. But when she goes out to help others, when doing good deeds, she notices fuel lasts much longer. She often checks her fuel gauge. And after driving far, the fuel hardly drops. It's remarkable. She offers lights for her mom and dad as well. Her parents remain healthy and safe. She's very grateful to Grandmaster.
On this beautiful day, I will introduce the next story to everyone. Thank you all for listening. This old lady offered leftover food to the Buddha. This happened in the Buddha's time, Siddhartha Gautama's era, around 2,600 years ago. There was a city then, when countries weren't clearly defined. It was just one city. The king of the city followed an original sect within Hinduism. This king was turned against the Buddha by an outsider teacher who spoke ill of the Buddha. The king strongly misunderstood the Buddha. Without investigation, he blindly issued a decree saying that anyone offering to the Buddha or listening to his teachings would be fined. Even worse, if you incited others to offer or listen, you'd be imprisoned and punished. The Buddha heard the news. With vast powers, he already knew. Yet he still loved all beings. He risked danger in this world while the king opposed him. Still, he went forth to enlighten others. Buddha didn't care. One day, he sensed someone needed saving, so he decided to go against this. With his disciple Ananda, he entered the city to collect alms. Basically, they were saving people, carrying bowls. The two walked nearly a full circle around the city. They started in the morning. By afternoon, the sun was setting. Since it was a city, all the shops and residents saw them. When the master and disciple arrived, people quickly shut doors, locked windows, and hid, fearful of punishment from the king. And too ashamed to face the Buddha, they shut the door and hid. The Buddha was helpless. No doors opened to him that day. They wasted the whole day wandering under an unbearably hot sun. It was scorching hot. The sun blazing, making the ground heat like fire. Yet neither master nor disciple had a drop of water or grain to eat. As the sun tilted west, ready to set, he made a wide turn and left the city gate. At the last house, there was an old lady, carrying a basin, dumping out the garbage. When she saw the two Buddhas approaching, her face lit up with surprise and joy. Wow, this is the Buddha. I feel so grateful and joyful. She instantly felt great reverence. With respect, she wanted to offer something, but she was poor. She worked there as a maid cooking for the family. The wealthy family had finished their meal and were about to throw away the leftovers. As she was about to throw it away, she saw Buddha. Holding a bowl of leftover rice, she approached Buddha. Seeing her, Buddha came closer. Buddha saw her and recognized a destined person at last. He came up to her. The old lady looked at Buddha and said, "I want to offer you something," with tears falling down. She was so sad because she was poor. She had no decent, clean food to offer. Ananda was starving too. Ananda said, "Offer whatever you have now." She said, "No, these are leftovers from my master's meal. How could I offer this?" Ananda was starving but said, "It's okay, offer what you have. Maybe this is what we really need." The old lady insisted it was disrespectful. "I dare not offend you or Buddha with this offering. I fear this is an act of disrespect. I fear I will go to hell." "No, you won't. You have a sincere heart to offer. Even if you have nothing, your intention counts. You will never go to hell. It can erase your karma from 10 past lives and 10 great kalpas. Especially since now you have this food in your hands." The old lady asked, "Really? I can offer this leftover rice?" "Yes, you can." The old lady, trembling, shed tears. Respectfully, she poured the bowl of leftover rice into Ananda's bowl. She offered food to the Buddha, moved to tears and prostrated. The Buddha deeply understood her. At last, he met this sincere and kind old lady. She was truly a destined soul. The Buddha looked at the bowl of leftover rice, gazing at the compassionate, weeping elder. He immediately emitted a magical multicolored light. Then he smiled and said to her, "Guess why I'm smiling? I'll tell you. Though this bowl of leftover rice is all she offers me, she will enjoy the heavens for the next 15 kalpas. Enjoying the greatest bliss. After this joy ends, she will still cultivate and become a Buddha. She will attain Buddhahood in the future."
How wonderful.
Look at this bowl of leftover rice. The merit from offering it is immense. Think of the poor boy offering 500 coins. This merit is even greater.
How many years are in 15 kalpas? It's impossible to count.
Light years have passed. It's billions of years.
Later, they even became a Buddha.
15 kalpas might equal 80 billion years. Enjoying this is the finest heavenly bliss. Such great fortune and honor.
Yes.
Grandmaster, why does this offering hold such immense merit?
Think about it. In this country, the king issued an order.
No offerings allowed.
Anyone who offered to the Buddha or listened to the teachings faced punishment. So the Buddha wandered there all day. He didn't receive even a drop of water or a grain of rice. Just as he was about to leave the city disappointed, he met an old lady. She was his only supporter. But she only had her master's leftover rice to offer. At that time, the Buddha could transform into any world in the universe. As a man in this world, that day he truly felt another's pain. He was very hungry, especially since disciple Ananda was in human form. He deeply understood, my stomach has been growling for hours. I'm so hungry I'm seeing stars. He thought, don't hesitate, just give me the rice. I'll eat it first, I'm starving. This was how deeply the Buddha empathized. No one dared to offer food, all were afraid to support, afraid of the power of the king and political forces, and the repression they caused. Everyone was just looking out for themselves. When they saw Buddha coming, they shut doors and windows.
This old lady risked breaking the law.
It was illegal.
Yet very brave.
Those stirring trouble would say, Buddhism is a cult. Buddha is a cult leader. If you worship him, you're worshiping a cult leader. You'll be punished. These people are citizens of the country. Who wouldn't be afraid of the king's power? So everyone avoids him and avoid trouble.
Then, just like now, public opinion sometimes seems one-sided. But it's not truth, it's wrong. Even a country's laws aren't always the truth.
Political powers and schemes often hide the truth. Many news reports today show one side, but that's not the reality.
That's right.
Isn't it?
Yes.
For example, the news reports 3 deaths from a flood, but maybe 3,000 died. Politics considers many angles, so it depends on their needs. They report 3,000, or even 30,000 deaths. The number depends on their political agenda. In reality, the death toll is 3,000. That's just an example. But if you're a citizen of this country, the king's power controls you. Everyone had to bow their heads. So everyone avoided it, fearing trouble.
But this old lady? She stayed true and sincere in her heart. Unafraid, she stepped forward. Her only worry was she had no precious or fine offerings. Only leftover rice, which made her embarrassed. She truly wanted to offer well.
So despite the hardship, in this tough situation for offerings, the old lady offered a bowl of leftover rice, and she received great reward, compared to the boy who offered 500 coins, whose merit was greater. It was the old lady, right? Because that boy was in a different area and environment. His environment for offering to the Buddha was favorable. The king and people all believed in the Buddha. When offering, no one faced danger. He was just poor, but see the reward he got. Immense wealth. The old lady faced political pressure, disasters, persecution,
And the risk of imprisonment.
She faced all of that and opposed her king. She risked it all to offer to the Buddha. Though she offered little, far less than 500 coins. Buddha and Ananda went together, but it was just one bowl of rice. That one bowl brought great merit. It was because of the background, the time, place, and political climate. That situation involved danger. Look at the boy offering 500 coins. He had no such risk. So he is different. True feelings appear in times of crisis. Those who can still offer to Buddha in hardship have greater merit. This itself is a huge merit. So her sincere faith and resolve instantly erased all sins, even those from countless kalpas. Thus, her accomplishment came easily.
Gratitude to Grandmaster.
Unlike the little boy, whose time and space differed greatly. Against the tide, this reveals her genuine sincerity. Her merit is great.
Let me summarize again. Look at the boy back then. We were discussing this. I might have offered more than his 500 coins, but my gain wouldn't be as great. Because the boy gave all he had nothing else. He created that money through hard physical labor and offered it wholeheartedly. So, his merit exceeds that of wealthy people, who offer only a portion with such an attitude. But this old lady is different. The boy was still in favorable conditions, with social support, closeness to Buddha, etc. He saw offering as something natural, something everyone admired. But the old lady faced legal risk, even imprisonment. Yet she held steadfast to her faith, her truth, and deep insight. She acted with care, worried about showing disrespect or doing poorly. Her sincere heart is truly rare. So we compare things layer by layer. Today, it became very clear.
The achievements and benefits all came from her genuine sincerity.
This old lady had no demands at all.
Not a single request. The little boy still asked to go to heaven.
Yes, though that is a natural wish. The old lady felt embarrassed to offer leftover food. She worried it might seem disrespectful.
She not only forgot the law's punishment, but also feared being disrespectful.
She asked for nothing.
Right. This brings the greatest merit. So what does offering rely on? It relies on the heart. Material goods matter partly, but the heart is the true offering. That's why the blessings gained are great.
Grandmaster, I have another question. Why didn't the Buddha visit prosperous places to gather alms and spread Dharma?
The Buddha did. In favorable places, Buddha need not go out. People line up to make offerings.
When they offer, Buddha is just he's fulfilling his duty, like the child example earlier. So why does Buddha go to a place where the law forbids it? And the king opposes him to seek alms? Isn't that asking for trouble?
That's true salvation. A genuine practitioner, with great blessings. Buddha sensed that in this city, there was at least one soul ready to awaken.
In this time and place, Buddha didn't actually need the food. He used it to help others awaken.
The place before this where he was teaching was supported by the king and the country's wealthiest people. Commoners queued to make offerings. Buddha had no financial worries there. No need to fret over money. That's why Buddha intentionally chose a kingdom opposed to him to teach and save others. This person here is truly destined. Even in adversity, they still have respect and a connection with Buddhism. This is extremely rare and precious. This is real treasure.
This reminds me of what Grandmaster says. Our temple is a chosen Buddha place, a sacred land of awakening. Truly, those that come to our Bodhi Meditation Center are actually selected by the Buddha. They will be future Buddhas with great achievements.
I think this old lady likely made a sincere great merit in a past life. This great merit does not have to involve much money or land. Sincerely, there was once such a wish. In a past life, Seeing a Buddha statue, she said she loved it. She vowed to offer if given the chance. This time seemed like a chance, but she was born in the wrong country. Heaven and earth were testing her. So she was placed in a country opposing Buddha. Buddha did not forget her and tried to save her.
She was chosen again.
So fearless. But considering human nature, if she worships Buddha here, and neighbors see, if they report her, will the king punish her? Likely so, she may lose her job. She could even go to prison. Her master would throw her out. No job, then jailed. Anything is possible. But in this life, she might spend 2 years in prison, dying behind bars, yet she gains eternal life. So, if we think from a human perspective, the rest is just speculation. I believe greatness lies here.
Yes, and the merit must be viewed across lifetimes.
In my mind, these matters are quite lowly. There's a true story online. There are 3 brothers at home. Each brother learned a different craft. The second and third brothers learned skills and earned some money. They used their earnings to build houses. They built 2 or 3-story villa-like homes. The villagers admired them. As for the eldest brother, he went into business but lost everything. He earned $1 million but lost it trying to expand. Rumor has it he lost all his money and dared not return home. There are rumors that his wife left him. But that's not true. After he earned money, he went into international trade and traveled abroad. So the brothers didn't meet. No one knew how the eldest brother was doing. There were tense relations among his brothers. He stayed distant from them. He focused on his own work. He was married and settled. The 2 younger brothers didn't trust him much. He thought friends are those with money. Without money, they're not friends. The elder brother earned a lot of money. When he returned home, he wanted to contribute more to his hometown, brothers, and village. He had an advisor beside him, though. He said, "I know your hometown situation well. Here's some advice, like investing, don't act blindly. Can you pretend to be poor? Say you lost everything in business and wear ragged clothes. We'll prepare these props for you. See if anyone invites you to eat within 7 days. Whoever treats you well, we help them." He heard this and thought, "Your ideas are clever. I think it makes sense. Let's give it a try." He didn't bring his luxury car. His subordinate spent a lot to get a beggar's clothes and smeared oil stains all over. It looked completely authentic. His hair was dirty too, after rubbing it in the dirt many times. He put on the beggar's outfit and walked about 10 miles home. He made an appointment with his subordinate to meet a week later. He carried a worn bag, his face stained with grease, and went home. He first knocked on his elder brother's door, but was not recognized. He desperately said, "I have nowhere to go, you must take care of me. Can I stay in your doghouse?" They refused that too, saying even their dogs were worth more than him. "Get out." After that, he went to his younger brothers, who threatened to call the police if he stayed. They kicked him out. He studied in this village, but his best friend's family also kicked him out. In the end, an old lady in the village said, "No matter what, you belong here now. I watched you grow up, didn't I? If you make money away, you don't have to come back. But if you fall on hard times, you should return. This should be a safe haven for you to heal. Child, come to my home. At our place, if I eat, you eat too. That's how farmers talk. Stay as long as you want, all right? There's always hope. Maybe one day, who knows, Buddha will bless you. You might turn your luck around. It's okay. We accept you out of affection, not money. Come stay at my home. You'll be well fed and cared for." Farmers cook stew and drink rice wine. He ate whatever the husband ate. Isn't that great? He was moved by this, but cried at night. My own brothers didn't recognize me and drove me away. My parents are gone. I've wandered for 20 to 30 years, earned money. But what about human kindness and family bonds? I can't let go of that feeling, so I haven't lost faith in people. It hasn't left me cold-hearted. That old lady in the village actually has no blood relation to my family, but these words were truly sincere. He took a liking to this old lady. She had a foolish son. He knew the son could only herd sheep. That was fine. So, 7 days later, his team came to take him. The general manager asked, "Do you have any good candidates?" He said yes, the old lady's son. He just herds sheep. Not smart, no schooling, so he herded sheep from childhood. They said, "All right, we'll set him up with a farm." They said, "We'll manage it for him." Sounds fun, right? Because the man was already a billionaire. So, this is how things are in life. Just to give everyone an additional reference.
Gratitude, Grandmaster. Yes, it's still about one's character. Sincerity in the heart and true faith matter most.
Regarding merit, never skip small good deeds. A seemingly small act of kindness actually holds great merit. I recall a story in the Buddhist scriptures about a great king, King Ashoka, who once ruled India. He unified India like Qin Shi Huang did with China. He became a great emperor. His wealth was unmatched. He was the most powerful and wealthy man in India.
Yes, a great king.
Why did he become such a powerful king? Because as a child, he met the Buddha. He wanted to offer something as a child. Others offered fine foods, but the child didn't understand. He wondered what to do. He saw sand on the ground, filled a plate with sand, and offered it as food to the Buddha. The Buddha said, "You will gain great blessings and honor. You will become King Ashoka, a will-turning monarch." But since the offering wasn't food, the food symbolized sand. So it made his face marked with pockmarks. But he still became the richest man in the world. He became the most powerful person. This sincere offering and heartfelt intention is like a seed, which grows into a towering tree over 100 meters tall. It all starts from a tiny seed. That's how it is to receive the Buddha's blessing. We must go to our centers to bathe the Buddha. In fact, it's our minds we are cleansing. So our children and loved ones have hearts free of impurities and obstacles. Everything will be auspicious and safe.
Bathing the Buddha isn't really washing the statue itself, but cleansing our own body and mind.
The Buddha statue doesn't need washing. It is pure. We use the ceremony of bathing Buddha to cleanse ourselves. After you've bathed the Buddha, Buddha is within your heart. With Buddha inside, you will become Buddha. Feel this connection. When a mother brings a child to bathe Buddha, how can the child not achieve great success in the future? Yes.
During this Buddha bathing festival, making offerings is the same, whether offering flowers, lights, fruits, or money. Buddha doesn't actually need a bowl of rice or a single flower. He already has everything. Our offerings are for creating a bright future for ourselves.
So our organization helps those first drawn to Buddha or friends with limited means to offer to Buddha affordably. Offering a light or a flower costs just a few dollars.
Yes. First, if our fellow practitioners, friends, or family live near a center, they should attend the Bathing Buddha festival there and offer the bathing ceremony in person. If it's inconvenient, or if you want to contribute online, visit our Bodhi Meditation College website. A flower costs only $8, a small but meaningful offering. This also plants an auspicious seed for our future. You can also offer a light, starting at $10. There are several light offerings this year. Choose based on your needs, sincerity, and financial ability. Make the wisest choice. A small offering returns great merit.
Today, I use Buddha's light to share this with you. It deeply inspires our hearts and minds. Let natural respect arise within the spirit. Offering a flower before Buddha represents a sincere heart. The future rewards will be immense and boundless. We don't seek wealth in this life, but wish for everyone's peace and good fortune. And if more blessings come, we can even pray for descendants. May them have virtue and filial piety, achieving success. Why do I say this? Many young people stray from the right path, because today is a degenerate age. Countless false teachings abound. Unaware, people easily wander astray. So, in this festival time, your heartfelt intention, with your children and grandchildren, offering Buddha bathing with compassion, planting a Buddha seed deep in your children's hearts, brings great fortune and endless honor.
Yes. I want to share what a viewer just wrote. It's really good. Elizabeth said she joined Bodhi Meditation in 2023 and began offering lights. Her life changed wonderfully. She met her beloved husband. After marriage, they had a lovely child. In 2024, she invited the God of Wealth to her shop. She also found excellent staff. Sales rose from 5 to 6 digits. Business flourished. In 2025, she successfully hired a maid, making life easier. She sincerely thanks Grandmaster for his guidance and blessings. They brought her great happiness and smooth progress.
That's great.
Congratulations to her.
Kitty also said thank you to Grandmaster. In 2023, my mother offered lights for me. A month later, I met my wife. I later learned she also offered lights for love at the ceremony. We felt an instant connection and quickly married. Before trips, we always offered lights for safety. My wife fell twice but was fine. Later, we found out she was pregnant. The pregnancy was a bit risky. Each time, we prayed through offering lights. All went well. After the baby was born, he had nightmares. Offering lights gradually calmed him, thanks to Grandmaster. Marriage, family, and career all went smoothly. Buddha's light shines, granting all wishes. See how good it is.
Fortune, prosperity, longevity.
Yes, Royal Azure also said. Hello Grandmaster, thank you for your and the Buddha's blessings. My son applied for medical school. He faced multiple exams and interviews. I didn't know what to do. Thankfully, someone from Bodhi Meditation advised me to pray to Medicine Buddha and Thousand-Armed Guanyin Bodhisattva, plus Grandmaster's Buddha Light Blessing. I offered a statue gilding offering of Medicine Buddha and Guanyin Bodhisattva. I also made a light offering to Grandmaster. My son has received his acceptance letter.
Congratulations, truly. Joy just keeps coming. We change our fate through Buddha's light.
Yes.
Let's make our lives better. Thank you all, dear viewers, for supporting our entire team through the online platform, giving us the chance to benefit all beings and spread the Dharma. For those who have sponsored us at Yushu Home, I bless you all. Wishing health to every family. Stay healthy.
Received.
May you gain longevity,
Received.
good fortune,
Received.
virtuous and filial children,
Received.
a thriving career,
Received.
safe travels always.
Received.
May Buddha's light shine upon you.
Gratitude, Grandmaster.
Today's live stream is coming to an end.
Now, a quick preview. Our next live stream is in Vancouver, North America. May 10, 2025, at 6 p.m. Taipei time is May 11, 2025, at 9 a.m.
Next topic is crucial and exciting. You must listen. It could literally save your life. I'm not into tricks. I'm straightforward. You'll see for yourself. To keep it confidential, you have to attend. Alright, see you next live stream.
Gratitude, Grandmaster.
在茫茫人海之中，让我与您相遇。小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与您相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。我智慧了，我宽容了，我慈悲了，我自在了。